morning, everyone. It's Mish here, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you keep coming back. And for those of you who keep coming back and leaving me comments and helping me build my channel, I appreciate that so much. Today we are going to be working in Daphne's Diary Gluebook. If you are new here, this is a book that we created from scratch from a cereal box. I haven't quite decorated the inside, and I still want to do stuff on the outside, but it's a work in progress. And I'm using Daphne's diary images to create the pages. So someone had asked me how many pages, and in this one there's 4 signatures, I believe, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they have varying pages. It kind of depends on how thick the image or the thing I'm trying to do on the page. But this first signature has 1, 2, 3 pages, which would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, which would be 12 sides. And this one here has only 2 pages, which would be 2, 4, 6, 8 sides. And then this one here has 2, which is again the 8 sides. This one here has a few more, but I may end up taking pages out. But this has 1, 2, 3, kind of 4, 5, which would be 20 sides, I think. And then this last one, which I may incorporate into one of the other signatures, has, let me see, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, kind of 3, and a modified one. And right now I just have them fixed in with elastic, but I'm thinking that I will do eventually a hidden spine. I do like the elastics because I can then take a page out to work on it. And we've done numerous things. I love that little girl. And it's all based on images and things that we can find from the magazine. Last week we did some autumn journaling cards, but we've done passports and pockets, belly band, postcards. We've done some tag pockets and some of the beaded butterflies. The best time for new beginnings is now. So a little. I still love this little folio too, though. So today is going to be. This will be aired the day after Thanksgiving. It's actually Wednesday, a couple days before Thanksgiving. It is November the 22nd. And I had an idea in my mind of kind of what I wanted to do. But, of course, you're limited by what images that you can find. But my idea is, Thanksgiving, abundance, the fact that we do have a cornucopia of, of good, the horn of plenty, and there is plenty around us, even though, some of us are struggling right now, and cost of living and food and gas and everything is just so high. But there are lots of things to be thankful for. So in the spirit of my friends to the south in the U.S., I wanted to do sort of a Thanksgiving spread. So I looked around kind of for a vessel that could represent that cornucopia, and I really couldn't find something. And then all of a sudden this page just landed. I don't know where it came from. And I thought, I'm going to try to make use of this bucket. My bucket is my glass is overflowing. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to use this bucket in some way. And then I've just started looking through. This one here is number 6, 2023. And I was just looking at some images that I thought I could use. I kind of thought maybe this little kitty cat could go in. If you can hear Chester pounding around in the back. Maybe some apples. Hi, Jessie. Oh, yeah. And maybe some fruit there. There's some more kind of fruit there. And then on this page, I just kind of like the flowers that maybe we could use some of these for maybe the background. And then here, I kind of liked maybe setting the bucket in this kind of field or flowers. So I'm just going to go away and I'm going to look at some of these images that I've kind of flagged up. I thought maybe those flowers could come in use, maybe some chicken and eggs, because I think eggs are one of the, if you were on a desert island and you could only have so many food items, I definitely pick eggs because there's so many different things you can do with eggs. I kind of like that little fruit basket. I love these grapes. So I'm going to go away, going to try to figure something out, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've come back, and I've already taken out a piece of the pages that I want to work on. And for the background, I used the back of one of the posters that was in one of the magazines. I just felt that it just kind of suited what I wanted to do. So I went around and got some of the images. One thing that I used last week that I forgot to mention is in each magazine, and I probably can't find an example right now, I'm rooting through my little bin here, is there's a number of recipe cards. And around the sides of the recipe card is a decorative border. And if you cut that up into strips, you can have kind of like a little washi border. Yeah, I know I wouldn't be able to find it. So that's what I did with this one, just to ground the image in a way. So I thought that I could get this down first, and it suited the theme of harvest and plenty. So we'll get that down. I'm only going to tack down for now the bottom of it because I might want to tuck something in it as we go along. But I do want to get this down. I just got up from my desk in my craft room to go over, and when it's nighttime out, I tend to, or it's dark out and I'm working in the craft room, I tend to draw the blinds. But it's, what time is it? It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I've been up since 4. I just couldn't sleep. And anyways, I came in here, was puttering around and closed the blinds. So I've opened up the blinds and there's a huge pink sky. And when I was little, we always said, pink sky at night, sailors delight. Pink sky in morning, sailors take warning. So based on that, I'm assuming that we may be coming into some bad weather. So I thought I'd just have a quick look on the Weather Network for Halifax. It's currently -2. Oh, it's supposed to be sunny today. So I guess that may not be true. Oh, no. It's supposed to rain later today. So we will see if that adage comes true. Okay, so I did cut out my bucket, and then I found some little fruits of the harvest. I found a little flower that we could maybe tuck in there. I did find some other flowers, so I am thinking that could do something like this. Get our bucket possibly a little bit like that, and then maybe closer to the ground with the fruit spilling out kind of like that, and then it kind of looks, you can see the little apple there, and then I thought to tuck some other apples in behind, like they've fallen out of the bucket. Like a representation of it. And then we can put that little flower in on the side there. And then possibly do a little something like that. Pull that over a little bit more, I think. I don't want it exactly in the center, although I wouldn't hate it if it was. And then I think I'll angle that a little bit more like that. Okay, I think I'll get the bucket down because we're going to kind of build around, more around the bucket. So let's get him tacked down. And again, I'm going to leave kind of the top part open so that I can tuck some of those fruits in there. The fruits of the harvest. I'm off work today. I'm a bit tired. I've been having a really bad headache these last couple days, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to feel like coming in here to do this week. But I do enjoy it, and I think you guys enjoy it too. It's getting on to be, gosh, almost December, which is good. So today, as I said, is the 22nd. So we're getting close to the date that my mother died, which was the 24th. And it was very traumatic. If you see my past video, you know, but we had to take her off life support, which was very, very difficult. And it was the 24th of November. So I'm doing pretty good this month, though. I had a little wobbly beginning around her birthday, which was November 13th. But I kind of bounced back from that, thankfully. You just never know, and I think that's one thing that kind of bothers me, is that with grief, you just never know when it's going to hit you. And that's the scary part of it, is that it's out of your control. You know, one day you're feeling great, and then the next day life is just so hard because you miss them so much. Okay, I'm trying to get this so that stem isn't in midair. So I could pull this over more or even down lower there. Okay. We'll get back to that in a second. So then the other couple of images that I found were these things of apples that were hanging off of one of the pages. So I really thought that would look good to get the apples down to kind of form the upper part of the image. I don't want it to overpower the page, though. Maybe something like, I'm thinking maybe something like that. So we'll get that down. Have you guys got your Christmas shopping done? I tend to try to get stuff done in November so that I don't have to kind of hit the shops. I do a lot of online stuff now, though. Kids are easier to buy for. Okay, I think I'd like to pull that down a little bit, kind of like that. And then we'll frame some of our flowers down this way. Okay, so it's about this much. something like that. Yeah, okay. So then I'm gonna just cut off the excess there. I'm only using Elmer's glue. With paper on paper like this, it works fine. As long as you don't use too much. If you use too much, you're going to cause a lot of warping of your paper. Because the background was it wasn't cardstock. Sometimes I use a paper pad. I used my Fabri-Tac to put the background on, so you can see it's hardly wrinkled at all. The other thing I could have used would have been a tape runner, or just some double-sided score tape. But it was thin paper, and the Fabri-Tac is fine. It doesn't warp your pages, your paper, because it's solvent base. It's an acetone base, whereas your Elmer's glue is a water base. Now a lot of people use the glitter glue and whatnot. I just find sometimes that's harder to find. But I do want to make one point about Elmer's glue, which I'm rooting around here for, is that there's there's probably maybe more, but there's this one, which is a school glue. It's washable. You can get it at the dollar store. And then there's your Glue All, which is it says a stronger formula. One of the big things I've noticed about these is that this one will tend to warp my paper less because there's less water content. So this seems to have more water in it. And I mistakenly picked up this one one day, not the other day, but it's almost gone now. So just to make note of that, if that's something that you didn't know already. Okay, so we've got now we just need to sort out these flowers. I kind of thought maybe to have those two, let's see if we can peek those kind of out to make a little border on that side to kind of frame that in a little bit. We don't need all of that, maybe something like that. And then we'll have these two here. So what if we put the longer one first? So I can always tuck that underneath there. And then we can put, yeah, that would be better. Then we could put the shorter one on top so that it's something like that, which I think would look cute. Because the other thing that I have is I have Little Bird, Mr. Bird. I did cut a image off him, and I did try to color it in with alcohol markers, and I'm fine with it. Maybe I'll put something else on him, but so I'm gonna set him kind of there, but looking down, because I found Chester. Oh gosh, I said his name, and he's over there sleeping on the end of the table. Whenever I say his name, he feels he needs to talk to me about it. He's an orange cat. I was going to color this in orange, but I kind of like the black and white vibe. I always feel that it's kind of cool to put something black and white in your colored collages. So I thought he could sit on the bucket looking up at our little birdie friend there, and the little birdie, and they're having a little conversation. And they're talking about Thanksgiving and how they're glad they're friends. And I don't know if I said this on one of my videos, but the strangest thing happened to me here. Oh, I guess it was probably like maybe September, about a month. It was when I had the screen door open. So it was kind of warmer. I'd say like a nice day in October, that I was sitting in the living room and I had the front door, the screen door open, and I heard this kind of knocking at the door. And I thought, oh, who's that? And Chester, who had been on his little perch by the window, by the front door, jumped down and went over and was looking up just like that. And what was it? It was a blue jay. And the blue jay was knocking at the door. Literally. It was like pecking, trying to get in the house. It wasn't like beating on the glass, like seeing his reflection. It was kind of at the top, at the casing, trying to get in the house. And when I went over to the door to see what all the commotion was, it just moved from the door over to the railing on the deck. Like it didn't fly away when I went out. And so I said, well, you have a message for me? And I think it had a message for me. So maybe it was trying to say that it knew November was approaching and I'd be fine. Maybe it was a message from the spirit worlds. So I do believe messages do come in. At times we just need to listen. So he's looking up all happy that his friend has come to spend some time with him. And we've got our little poppies for this side. So I'm thinking if we put that down there. If you're celebrating Thanksgiving, or if you did yesterday, did you have turkey or ham? I'm a big ham. I love ham these days. A big ham with the bone in, and then with the pineapple rings with the maraschino cherry through the ring. And then I make the same kind of marinade that my mom used to make, which was just some brown sugar and mustard. And then I glaze the top as it's cooking. And we love that glaze. I think that I can probably cut that right off and put that like so. Kind of like it's peeking out behind the bucket. Yeah, I think that would be okay. I'm really loving your guys' comments. And it just amazes me from where, you know, my friends in New Zealand and Australia, South Africa, United States and UK, Netherlands. It's just amazing how YouTube in one way can draw a community from all over the world. And I really love that. Okay, so I think I got everything stuck down. So I think that's looking really good. So then I found if I can find it again, I found a quote from, I found a quote from, this is art by Marlene. I don't even have the top of it. It's falling apart on me. It's one of her sticky quotes. I think it's the Artsy Arabia collection. Anyway. So I liked this one. Find your song and sing it. Because we all have a song. And I thought that would go kind of cute there. And do I want to try to put it straight on? I like it a little crooked. Because when you sing a song, you don't sing in a straight line, do you? No. So that's the collage for today. I hope you did enjoy it and found a little bit of inspiration. If you did like it, I'd love a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe. It's just great to see my channel being built. So that's exciting. And then I'm just going to put that back in there. Okay, so Barbie, if you're out there, I'm going to do my little thing that says dum-de-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. And then you come to your page. And it's like, oh gosh, isn't that sweet? Oh, one thing I did want to mention before we go is I was watching one of Barbie's over on Nellie and Ruth Designs, going through her Christmas journal. I'll try to link her channel in the description box below. But she mentioned that she was trying to find her punch. She had a punch, and she couldn't find it anywhere. And you know, gremlins have come into my craft room because beside my desk, I have a little organizer I got from IKEA, and it has scissors and stuff, my tweezers and stapler and labeler and stuff. And that's where I keep my red-handled needle nose pliers. And I keep them handy just in case I'm doing something with a charm or a link, or I need to cut a piece of wire. And when I pulled out a pair of scissors the other day, they fell down in the crack. But I have 2 desks here, and they fell down kind of in the crack. And I remember picking them up off the floor and thinking, oh, these are getting in the way of the scissors. I'll just put them here. And they have totally disappeared. So this morning I've hunted high and low, and I still haven't been able to find them. So I have asked my spirit guides. I do try to attempt things before I draw on the spirit guides. But my spirit guides will, if I lose something and it is findable, they'll help me find it. If it's not findable, unfortunately, if it's gone out in the garbage or something, which I know the pliers didn't, but in other instances, then obviously they can't bring it back from the garbage. But they definitely, if I call on the spirit guides, the item, they generally help me find the item I cut out there. So, and it's the same with parking. If I know I'm going to Costco and it's going to be madness to try to find a parking spot, I ask my spirit guides, you know, can you help me find a parking spot in a reasonable place? And sure enough, I generally get a parking spot. But I digress there. I do hope you have a great week. I do intend to try to get my Marguerite Millers out for Sunday, but I'm working a lot over the next few days, so we'll see how that goes. But stay safe, stay well, and bye for now.